In this third introductory video, I thought I'd show you a little bit of what's in our Blackboard website, which is where 99% of the work of the course is going to be posted. Of course, your job is to do all the readings to help you make those posts and to submit those papers and to complete the quizzes. This is what we call the landing page. This shows the announcements, and if you scroll through this, you can see the various announcements that I've made. Every time I've posted a new quiz, I make sure that there's an announcement that says, yes, it exists. And so you'll see those posted from time to time, and each of those links will take you to those posts. Don't worry about it at this point. You've got a quiz due during week 1, and then a quiz during week 2, and so on. And you'll see those pop up each week. The things that I want to mention in here, the Start Here button is kind of an overall sort of way into the course that talks a little bit about what the course is about, kind of what the rules are when it comes to how we should talk to each other, what kind of technology requirements the course is going to need. I would not try to do this on your phone, by the way. I know a lot of people try that, but it's going to be easier if you're working at a laptop, a desktop, or a tablet. A phone can be very difficult for this, especially if you're doing a lot of reading and writing. And then these are the various technical skills that you have to have. Blackboard communicates with you through email, through your student email, not necessarily your Yahoo or your Google or whatever account. And so get used to checking your student email every day. This is the Remind document that I've posted to Blackboard, and this thing is designed to show you how to register for that particular free app that will let us text each other without having to exchange phone numbers. So it's worth taking a look at. The second area I want to point out is the instructor area, and this just tells you a little bit about me. And it has this really large photograph of me that was done professionally, and this is the best they could do because I am old and ugly. This was taken in January. I can't make it smaller. I apologize for it being so large. But this gives you my phone numbers again, which I mentioned on the syllabus, and my email address, and kind of lists the office hours where I'm going to be around during the week. The second part is a little bit of about me and about my family, and this is our dog Max, who's probably more interesting to look at than I am. There's also a email me policy thing down here, and then there's a virtual office, and we'll set this up as we need to, but don't worry about that for this week. Let's go back to the beginning. The syllabus and schedule, I showed you a little video that discussed parts of the syllabus. This is where the syllabus is posted, and down here is the survey where I've asked you to decide what we're going to do during week 7. Are we going to switch from the 2 subjects that we have, microliterature and student choice, to an online novel? And I've given you a website to go to find them and a series of questions to answer here. So please take this survey by the 16th, by the end of the first week of class. The last area that I want to show you that's the most comprehensive part is the course content part. You click on this link and it takes you to everything that you need to get done in the course. Each week has a folder, and each folder has a green title that says what week it is, the date, and what the subject is, and then what to do. And then it talks about what task you have to do in here: discussion board assignment, read critical approaches. In week 1B, it asks you to take a quiz and do 2 discussion board posts, and it gives you the dates for those. Week 2A, you've got 1 story to read, and you've got a quiz and a discussion board post on it. Week 2B through 3B, we start discussing the theme of women, as I pointed out from the syllabus. And again, if you click on the green folder, it'll take you to all the items that you need to complete that week's worth of work. For example, here, if we click on this one for week 2B, and we hum the Jeopardy song, you can see a quiz, you can see the discussion board task, and you can also see our first short paper assignment. As I mentioned when I talked about the syllabus, there are 3 short papers in the course. All of them are no more than 3 pages. And what you can do is develop an idea in a discussion board post and then expand on it a little bit in a paper. Most of the time I have either a short video or I have narrated PowerPoint slides or some combination posted here as well. You'll also see items that I found from various online sources that will give you resources to expand your knowledge of the different authors that we're dealing with. In this particular case, we are dealing with two stories that have similar titles, one by Anton Chekhov called Lady with a Pet Dog, and another by Joyce Carol Oates called Lady with a Pet Dog. And I've provided the text of both stories. The Chekhov story is in your book. The Oates story is not, and so I found an online version of it. I've converted it for our use. So you're going to find all kinds of things in Blackboard that are set up in a similar kind of way. But at the top of each of these weeks, that's where the quiz and the discussion board and the paper assignments will be posted. I have the course developed through week 6 at this point. I haven't gone any further than that because in week 7 we need to make up our mind about what we're going to do. Week 8, the final examination is posted at the very end. And so if you're concerned about that, you'll see a folder here that explains what that is, but I wouldn't worry about that at this point. Again, each week has a folder. Each folder has the same kinds of stuff in it: quiz and discussion board and paper assignments. I have a few changes that I need to make, but none of those are substantial in the first couple of weeks, so don't worry too much about it. What changes? I'll tell you that in an announcement. The last thing I want to point out here is the Writing Center. One of the ways you can earn extra credit in the course is by taking your paper to the Writing Center. You can do that in one of two ways. One is to click on this link and it takes you to the online Writing Center, and the other is to visit the face-to-face Writing Center that we have that's open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 12 noon, and then 2 to 5 p.m. I have professional Writing Center tutors that work there. I'm sort of the faculty guy for the Writing Center. That's why I talk about them in the first person. And they can be extraordinarily helpful. You can earn some extra credit on your papers, the 3 papers that are due for the course, as well as if we keep the microfiction assignment, you could take that over there, and you can always take the final exam and earn extra credit that way. You can also submit them online, but this is more time consuming. And you click on this link, you establish an account, and then do what it tells you to do. But before you do that, what I would recommend is you read these 2 documents, the OWL Student Help for Online Writing Center, OWL, that's what it stands for, and Brief Guide. Read those 2 before you do anything else. So this is as much of the Blackboard site as I'm going to show you at this point. You're welcome to explore this on your own. Our Blackboard sites are pretty much standard for the college, so mine should look a lot like other people's. I think the only thing I've added is the Writing Center access area to it. If you run into problems with Blackboard, please send me a note through Remind, or email me, or text me if you're in extremis, or you can always call me on the phone, again, between about 7 in the morning and 9 at night. I'm old and I tend to go to bed early. I'm happy to hear from you, but not after 9 o'clock at night. So again, let me know if you have questions.